Now, you may have heard of ChatGPT. It's a popular online chatbot which is powered by artificial intelligence.
This new technology has helped process large data while offering human-like responses to create new content.
New insight into how recent advances in artificial intelligence are already reshaping the work world.
State school students can no longer use an artificial intelligence program in the classroom with fears it promotes cheating.
I want to talk about ChatGPT. When you look at what this does and what it's capable of, and is something that seems to be a person, but doesn't have any emotion, doesn't have any soul. It's not us, but it behaves exactly as us.
I think for a lot of us, the explosion of AI has been both exciting and terrifying. When we saw the explosion of something like ChatGPT and DALL-E and all these various AI tools that are out there, it confirmed the one thought at the back of my mind, which is no job, no skill, no idea is safe. Everyone could be pretty much reduced down to a prompt. But this is how I choose to look at it. I don't think there's anything we can do to chase it away. However, what we can do is leverage AI in a way that it drastically makes being able to start a side business way more easier. First aspect I want to look at is assisted content creation. So I'm sure you've definitely heard about ChatGPT by now. In terms of content creation, some of the steps that tend to take some time, apart from the editing process itself, is actually coming up with the ideas, fleshing them out so that you can execute. That process can take a couple of days, and maybe you just lose inspiration, you drop off and fall off at some point. This is where AI can actually change the game, because here you can go into ChatGPT, type in the topic you want, and have it generate ideas around that. So let's jump in and see how we can do this. So basically, when you're starting out, Google Chrome, Safari, whatever you're using, just go to ChatGPT. Is already there. Where you want to go is openai.com. You see this logo, go to it. And you click on try ChatGPT. So you would sign up, type in your email and your password, and you'll be good to go. I've already done this. This is what your homepage should look like. So if you wanted to start a YouTube channel and it's, let's say, around maybe a phone review, maybe you have the iPhone, whatever, and you want to review something, you see a bunch of videos here. What you want to do is just have a look at a few ones. I kind of like the way this thumbnail works. This one kind of jumps out and it's within 2 weeks. So can see the funny thing about iPhone 13 2023. Let's copy this and go into ChatGPT. So if we paste it here and say, give me 3 variations of, let's see what it's going to give us. We can see 3 options we can pick from. I kind of like this one. So let's copy this and say, write a 5-minute script about the topic. So you can even add in more detail, right? You can say, write a hilarious 5-minute script about the topic this. And let's see. This is one thing you kind of would have to wait when it works. You can see that it's typing out the entire script. This could be a baseline for you. When it's done doing something like this, you can copy it again and tell it to write it in a specific tone. One thing I will say, when you're creating a script with ChatGPT, there's some things it might get wrong. The overall language and the text around it is fine. You just want to tweak the more technical aspects. Low-key, this is a very powerful app called Craft, and this is what I've been using to manage my scripts. And then you paste this here. So this is your script. So let's try another topic. Top 10 exercises to get fit at home. So if we take this, do the same thing. Again, this is a good way to have a good starting point and not be like you're absolutely copying. It's just like a handy assistant that could get a lot of work done depending on how you want to leverage it. And this applies to Instagram posts. So for example, let's say write a catchy Instagram post about basketball skills. If you're someone that you wanted to start a side business or a side hustle this year and you needed to come up with ideas and you just didn't want to spend too much time, this is a great way to get you started without troubling yourself. Another way that we can use AI to really get going is in graphics design. I think it's still important for you to go through all of the rudimentary things you would typically have to learn, like Adobe, After Effects, Affinity, whatever it might be. But if you want to do something that's really next level, you can't just cheat. So the second thing we're going to look at is Midjourney here. So when you click on this, click on Join Beta. I'd advise that if you have a phone like an iPhone or Samsung or something like that, you want to download Discord on your phone, create an account on there, because this thing works with Discord. That's the only way you can use it. So you put in your unique username. Let's go with something like this. You create an account, go through the instructions, but the bottom line is that once you've installed Discord on your phone, you can use the QR code to scan to log in that way, so it's a bit easier. When you go in, you'll see where it says newbies on the left, and I'll show you how it looks like in a moment. You just want to click on any one of those newbie rooms. Once you go in, you'll be in a chat session. So this is how it's going to look like. I'll just click the last one, like the latest one. You click on that and you come into this chat room. This is how you work. You're going to type in your prompt and it will generate the image as you go. So you can see people already generating nice stuff. And the good thing is that you can kind of see the prompts that people use to generate the image. So that can just give you an idea. So you can copy these and, tweak it your own way and come up with your own unique images. When you're new, it's going to ask you like accept terms of service. Go ahead and accept it, and that way you'll be good to go. So let's go with an example here. The way the prompt works is that you go with / and let's do imagine. So when you do imagine, you're already going to see it. So you just click on that. So let's try something like very aggressive. One thing you want to note is that as per the terms of service, you don't want to use any provocative words or like, explicit content, anything like that. So, but I want to try if it's going to flag this. I don't think so, but let's see. Aggressive urban clothing logo, right? So you put a comma to like give it more details of a reptile with headphones on a white background. Now you want to always go with something like white background so you can easily separate the image afterwards. And let's see what this gives us. Because people are always using it as well, it's going to always like keep on scrolling or your stuff can get lost. So to always find where you are, you see this thing where it says inbox, you click on that and then go to mentions, and that way it's always going to show your stuff. So you just give it some time. This people's stuff will keep on going. So let's jump to it. So you can see this is like, just imagine this. Imagine how much you would have had to pay to get this done. So we can go with version 1, version 2, and version 3. So waiting to start. So it's upscaling now. This is always going to be your friend. You click on here. I'm going to wait for this thing to generate and then we'll come back when it's done. So it's done now. Man, this is crazy, man. I didn't even know it to come up with something this crazy, but just look at this, man. This is crazy. Like if you have this on the shirt, you're good to go. You can then save this image. You can save it, and this is yours for your use. Now here's an AI tool that's an absolute game changer. It's called Writer. Now it may not be getting as much fanfare as like ChatGPT or Midjourney, but that doesn't make this any less impressive. With this, you can pretty much write anything that needs to be written. So professional emails to social media ads to blog posts. In my perspective, I think it creates content in that line even better than ChatGPT. That being said, let's dive in. The AI tool we're looking at here is called Writer. It's already there. So this is the homepage. There is a paid subscription version of this. I'm not sponsored by this in any way, but for now, we're going to be focusing on what you can get in the free version. So let's say you're in the stage where you're just trying to come up with an idea. You come here, blog, idea, and outline. I like this because it's a good starting point to give you all the various sections of your blog that you need. Let's assume we're writing a blog about best side income streams 2023 from home with little tech experience. So number of variants, if let's say we just try 3, creativity. I always like to leave it at optimal. We can go with convincing. Right? We go to write me, and just like that, we have a blog topic. What you can also do is take any of these titles, right, with the keywords, and then say paragraph. So it'll be generating this. You can just keep on generating new paragraphs with each title as you go. Now, obviously, you want to also kind of proofread this to make sure that what you're typing actually makes sense. I think this already drastically cuts down the time it will take you to come up with this type of blog. Then this is how you can really maximize your blog throughput. Now, when I started doing my research to find different AI tools you could use for web development, my mind didn't initially go to Midjourney because I was like, okay, that's for graphics design. But I found out that people were using this to create different mockups. I was like, wait a minute, that's what a lot of web developers use. They use mockups and they can draw inspiration from that to actually build their own websites. I was like, wow, to be able to create your own unique mockups, that's crazy. Without further ado, let's quickly dive in and I'll show you what I mean. So let's start with making a general website mockup. So as usual, we start with imagine, okay? We can then say minimal modern website, clean interface, high fidelity. You can just go crazy with the amount of descriptions we're going with here. White, teal, red, gold, urban, hip-hop, clothing line, hoodies, t-shirts. Yeah, so let's just go with this, okay? Your friend is always going to be this inbox thing. Click on that and you go to mentions, then you can always see your stuff. Okay, so we can jump to this now. I think it's done. This is actually interesting. I think I like this one more. If we just go back here, jump in, I think I like 1 and 2 actually. So we're going to upscale 1 and 3. So we'll wait a bit and see what their high resolution versions look like. So if you go into something like maybe Editor X or Squarespace or Shopify, you can try to recreate this from a blank template. Again, you may need some basic graphics design skills to be able to pull it off completely, but you have a good starting point. If you want me to do a video on how to recreate something like this in whatever website builder of choice, I'll try to pick a few that I think would work. Just let me know in the comment section and I'll try to get it done. I want to really thank you for sticking to the end of the video. If there are certain aspects you wanted me to do like a deeper dive, just leave a comment talking about one thing you may want me to go deeper into. I'll do a video on it. Once again, thank you so much for staying to watch this video up until the end. I really appreciate your time, and until the next one, have a great time.